Mayend Bintang, and my student ID number is G03220004. Today, I will explain about design residential areas by T. Adams, 1934. T. Adams was a city planner who believed that residential areas should be well organized and comfortable for people. In 1934, he suggested that neighborhoods should have parks, schools, and safe roads. He also talked about how houses should be placed to create a good environment. His ideas are still important in city planning today. The ideal town is a rather compact, urbanized mesh with clear, distinguished land use area. Residential district divided into hierarchy of communities almost surround the city's central business district. Parks, parkways, and commercial areas are distributed throughout the residential portion of the city. The non-residential areas, however, receive but scant attention. The first is assumption. The ideal environment, that is, one who brings about a good society, is characterized by homogeneous neighborhoods of owner-occupied one-family dwellings set in gardens, stability of use and of value, and a clear patterning and segregation of activities are the hallmarks of a good city. Throughout the work, one to take a note of moderation and conservation. The second is form. The proposal is one of mesh city with civic and commercial belts surrounded by a major residential sector and on one side by a smaller industrial areas. Green space with circulation roads interpenetrated residential areas. Residential neighborhood units resemble Paris design, and each focus on its one school. Optimum land use distribution by percent of total areas are suggested. This, incidentally, a rare example of such specificity in these models. Third is a circulation. The roadway pattern, a combination of one, an overall radial circumferential system, and second, a rectangular grid serving to define neighborhood. And above goals is as of communication between sections of the city. Parkway are shown encased in green rights of way, which also connects school, parks, and similar facilities. The plan shows internal streets as loose neutral, reflection the topography. And the fourth is optimum total population is considered only as a function of areas and density. Neighborhood population sum 6,000 people in 100 to 200 cars. Reflects housing density, family size, and the walk to school formula. And the fifth is density. In order to achieve the desired environment of good homes, a ceiling on densities must be rigidly enforced. No more than 12 houses per gross acre can be tolerated. About 6 per gross acre is the optimum. Consideration of future growth. In general, the ideal neighborhood unit is seen as a new development. The ideal city type is recognized as somehow evolving from today's conditions. The problem of change is not given much emphasis, but expansion of residential areas by the addition of further units can be accommodated and indeed is expected. The design for a rather constrict, predetermined business and civic center is inconsistent with provision for growth by expansion of residential areas, where real green wedges rather than parkways provide to break up the sizable mesh of residential land use. Business and public expansion will take place if they so warranted. It should be said the open land problem is a matter of distribution, not of quantity. Fully one-half the city's surface areas is allocated to streets and public open space. More generally, there are grounds to question of wisdom of an approach expressed in terms of average derived from today's environment, and when it is precisely this environment which the author seeks to ameliorate. Finally, it is interesting to note that the sun airs, with some freedom to grow as an indeed bonus, could be satisfied equally well with a linear scale. This suggests the danger of limiting one's height. It also points out the flexible nature of form of the city. The scale is an excellent and for its time advanced prototype. In 20 years, such concepts have become expected from practicing planners. Through today's reader might find it somewhat conservative. Many of the plans prepared since then be a close resemblance to this scale. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful. Have a good day.